In the headlines, Dominica and Ecuador sign new visa waiver agreement. The end of the North Atlantic hurricane season comes with a warning to remain vigilant. And Kalinago bus drivers threaten to take action if their concerns over the relocation of their bus stop are not addressed. I am Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. Thank you for staying with us. First up, the relationship between Dominica and Ecuador continues to strengthen as the two countries have signed a new visa waiver agreement. The agreement, signed on Thursday, allows for holders of all passport types to enter Ecuador without a visa. Signing for Dominica was the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Francine Barron, who says the relationship between the two countries has been mutually beneficial. Barron made specific reference to the English learning program at the Dominica State College.
We were very happy to have been able to accommodate the Ecuadorian students for the Teach English program at the Dominica State College. I think we had a very successful program. We had 35 students from Ecuador graduate from the program in June this year. And we're hopeful in discussions with your foreign minister when we last met in Russia very recently. He indicated his interest in continuing the program, and we also are interested in continuing the program as well.
The minister also disclosed plans for Dominica's agriculture sector to be further developed through the assistance from the Ecuadorian government.
We have discussed more recently with your foreign minister looking at the two demonstration plots for cut flower production. We also discussed the other engagements and other cooperation projects with Ecuador in the area of black sigatoka management and also in the area of prawn farming and also in the areas as of expanding our coffee and cocoa production.
Signing for Ecuador was Ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Dr. Gallo Yepes Holgun.
Thank you for the program for the students. We are also very happy for that. The English teachers are very happy with that. The President Correa said in that time why we have to go to England or to the States to learn English if we have the Caribbean. South cooperation is very important, and President Correa has decided to increase the cooperation between Latin America and Caribbean countries. We have done a few things, but we have to do lots of things yet.
Yes, of course.
But what is important is the friendship we are growing now.
Dominica and Ecuador established diplomatic relations in 2009. In other top stories, 30th November officially marks the end of the North Atlantic hurricane season. However, Dominicans are being warned to not breathe a sigh of relief just yet. The hurricane season officially runs from 1st June to 30th November each year. During that period, Caribbean people normally expect to be impacted by a number of weather systems, and this year was no different. Earlier this year, the 2016 hurricane season was predicted to be near normal to above normal.
The hurricane season did turn out to be an above normal season. There was 15 named storms, 7 hurricanes, of which 3 were intense hurricanes of category 3 and above. So the prediction from NOAA was on target. Well, the high point for us in Dominica was we got impacted by Tropical Storm Matthew, which formed east of the Lesser Antilles on the 28th, and it moved across Dominica during the 28th and 29th of September. We did receive some winds to tropical storm force and moderate to heavy showers and thunderstorm activity. However, minimal impact was or damage was reported across Dominica.
The weather forecaster says Dominica fared well during this year's hurricane season, particularly in light of its susceptible nature.
Knowing the vulnerability of Dominica, I think the season turned out to be okay for us in Dominica. But we have to always look forward towards ahead and to make the necessary preparations and take necessary precautions. People pay more attention to the weather reports, based on our experience with Tropical Storm Erica, because there are areas that are very vulnerable, after the impact of Erica. So I think persons pay more attention to the weather report, and they should pay more attention.
While Dominicans can still expect to be affected by weather systems outside of the hurricane season, Alexander is echoing the call for the public to make sure that their source of information is credible.
We did see some other weather systems affecting Dominica, which was tropical waves and trough systems. And these trough systems could continue to impact Dominica even outside of the hurricane season. So the end of the hurricane season is not a reason for the public to let their guards down. You have to get the information from reliable sources. You don't just go around getting information from anybody and then spreading rumors. The information must be from a reliable source. Make it a part of your daily routine by listening to the weather reports issued on radio, on TV, and call the weather hotline. Visit our website at weather.gov.dm for more information.
As we continue to see the very real effects of climate change in the region, one local company is taking steps to ensure that the youth play their part in finding solutions to the impact of climate change. This as the National Development Foundation of Dominica, in partnership with the Caribbean Climate Innovation Center, launched a Green Tech Startup Bootcamp on Thursday.
We are posed with challenges which threaten our abilities to achieve even the most basic necessities required for daily living. And just as often, we concentrate so much on these challenges that we fail to see that there are opportunities which beckon onto us during those times. Let us get our innovative spirits as well as our entrepreneurial spirits to combine and generate those businesses which can truly impact the issue of climate change. It is a real thing.
During this 3-day boot camp, entrepreneurs will venture to develop solutions to climate, energy, and resource challenges in the region.
The objective of the CCIC is to identify and support Caribbean entrepreneurs and new ventures that are developing locally appropriate solutions to climate change mitigation and adaptation, thereby providing SME-driven approach to solving climate, energy, and resource challenges in the region. We focus on building the clean technology startup ecosystem that addresses climate-related businesses in the Caribbean. This is achieved by implementing various programs across the region, such as the Green Tech Startup Bootcamp and Accelerator Program.
This is the first ever Green Tech Startup Bootcamp in Dominica, and participants were told that they are in the middle of a green technology revolution.
Technology revolutions are brought about by entrepreneurs like you in the room, and it looks like the green technology revolution isn't an exception. It's also driven by entrepreneurs. And in a globalized world where the internet and easy transportation brings us all together very easily, we can all be part of the green technology revolution. Not only can you change the lives of people through better green technologies, but in the long term, we know from studies that young enterprises are responsible for a disproportionate amount of jobs.
Participants were reminded that their ideas can go a long way towards job creation and preservation of the environment.
We need, therefore, for entrepreneurs to develop applications that can help with energy auditing. And so we can share these sort of applications to the hotels across Dominica, to the guest houses across Dominica, so that a restaurateur, a hotelier, can simply use an application to assess whether or not they are really reducing their carbon footprint and make that savings that they need to be able to create the new job for that young person in the community.
In other news, Dominica joined the rest of the world on Thursday in observance of World AIDS Day under the themes Take the Challenge, End AIDS, and Hands Up for HIV Prevention. Director of the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, Dr. Carissa Etienne, says that she's elated to have brought her experience gained from working with Dominicans to a regional level.
In a way, I think I've been very fortunate
to work with member states who are extremely committed to health and to the health of their peoples. I have worked with partners who themselves are engaged and committed, and I have a wonderful staff, and over the years I've learned how to motivate people and how to bring out the best in people. So I think it is together that we've accomplished much of what we've accomplished over the last 4 years.
A health fair was held at the parking lot of the Dominica Planned Parenthood Association on Thursday to further highlight the event. The activities included HIV testing and counseling, pap smears, educational talks, HIV trivia, and an opportunity to discuss how people can better protect their sexual health.
You get the test done today, you get the results today, and also pap smears are offered at half price at DPPA. So we're doing that together, and there are a few other activities where you can get information on condom use. You can also get condoms if you want, practice safe sex. So we are always pushing that forward. We know that abstinence is the best choice, but there are other choices. So if you're making other choices, we are also advocating that condom use. So there's information, as much as information as you want. There's condom demonstration to use a condom correctly, and we are encouraging people to come, have fun. You know, we have a small trivia here. You can ask questions and give people a few little, gifts.
It must be noted that several young people participated in this year's event. Another group of bus drivers is expressing frustration with the relocation of their bus stop. Construction on the West Bridge project earlier this year brought with it some changes to the traffic flow in the city of Roseau and the relocation of some bus stops. The most recent group of bus drivers advocating for a change in their location is the Kainago bus drivers. The original bus stop was located on River Bank but moved to Pottersville near the Raffle Bakery area to accommodate the Westbridge project. According to one of the bus drivers, they initially had no problem with utilizing the new bus stop, but a nearby facility is posing a problem.
The hour school would probably flush their thing every now and then. We don't know when they're doing it, when they're not doing it. But whenever they're doing it, you have to move. We have to get off from the area. The smell, the stinks, you just have to get out of here. You understand me? So then we decide to come back on the riverbank here and park in lower down Portsmouth. But then the police keep coming at us and they, I would say, targeting us because they don't trouble nobody else.
One of your concerns you mentioned is being next to the Dowasco facility based on a foul odor that comes there. However, no one else has made that complaint. In addition to that, the Environmental Health Department, which oversees these sort of matters, they haven't found anything wrong with that facility. So do you think it's something else causing that foul odor in that area?
I'm not too sure because, like I mentioned a while ago, they don't do it on a daily basis. You understand me? We don't know when they're doing it. If it's every week, if it's every 3 days, if it's, you know what I mean? Sometimes the time they're doing it, I myself not there, some of us not there. But I experienced it on 2 occasions. And a lot of the other bus drivers experienced too, and they're complaining.
Auguste says the bus drivers have had several meetings with the different authorities, but nothing has yet been done.
We had meetings with the parliamentary representative, the cabinet chief of the council. On 2 occasions, we sent out letters to the authorities, to city council, the mayor of city council, to the chief of police, to the minister of public works, and a number of letters, cabinet secretary, and so on. We distributed letters on 2 occasions, and not one single reply come back to us. In these letters, we proposed Ship Street to them, which Ship Street is the one by next to Beauty-wise.
You spoke about the meetings you had with the PAL rep and the other officials, and you also wrote letters, but have you actually gone physically to the traffic department on High Street to express your concerns in person?
We haven't gone to the High Street in person to the traffic inspector or the commissioner, because we thought that we take the right channel to go to the parliamentary representative to look into our matter, and then they would get back to us, call us and tell us, okay, we have to go to the commissioner or wherever it is.
Approximately 21 buses ply the Kainago territory to Roseau route.
Problem I have, the Dowasco thing they have there, it's stinking.
Okay.
It's no good for health. And to be honest, I myself, I'm not going there at all, I wouldn't go there. I never went there and I will never go. They give me tickets right where we're standing here, 7 tickets.
Wow.
And I'm not moving. They can finish their whole ticket book on me. I'm not moving from where I am.
So you got 7 tickets in 2 months?
Yep.
Have you paid the ticket?
Not yet. I'm not paying none.
You're not going to pay any of the
None.
tickets?
I'm going to prison.
Really?
Yeah. If you go on that billboard up there,
Yeah.
there is Portsmouth, there is Carolina, there is Portsmouth, Paybus, all the different buses, districts. Carolina bus stop, Caribou Reserve is marked on it up to now. So why we keep back here?
The bus drivers say they will continue to try contacting the authorities, and if nothing works out, they may take their actions a step further. More news, sports and weather after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Managing Director of a leading supplier of quality plastic packaging products in Trinidad has given local manufacturers some food for thought. Managing Director of ANSA Polymer, Ian Mitchell, believes Dominica has a lot of potential and there is a lot more that can be done to maximize benefits from the manufacturing sector. Mitchell says Trinidad has placed a huge emphasis on the manufacturing sector and the same can be done by Dominica.
Why are we suddenly placing all that emphasis on the manufacturing sector? Simply because, as you would know, the price of oil is way lower. It's probably about 1/3 of what it was a few years ago. And most of the income, most of the economy in Trinidad and Tobago is driven by oil. So we have suffered from what many people refer to as the Dutch disease, which is where you one strength causes you to be very weak in something else.
Mitchell says Trinidad's government has recognized the importance of refocusing on manufacturing, which should be an example for Dominica.
And we have been charged with the responsibility of finding a way to still remain very competitive, even though we don't have the economies of scale of a Brazil and so on and so on. But we have some special things that we can use to our advantage to make us very competitive. And I want to suggest that, I mean, it's my first time to Dominica, but I must tell you, the place is absolutely beautiful. But I understand you all have very rich soil and you all have a number of things that make you all very unique. So while you can't mass produce and at a cost that some other big country can, I'm sure there are things that you have that are unique to you that a lot of those bigger countries don't have, that could make you special and allow you to have certain niche products and that can allow you to differentiate yourselves.
The company Mr. Mitchell works for, ANSA Macal, is a 135-year-old diversified conglomerate in Trinidad and Tobago with over 40 subsidiaries engaged in a diverse range of industrial sectors. They have a brewery sector, financial and banking sector, and manufacturing, among a number of others. Dominica Manufacturers Association membership now has greater exposure to the wider Caribbean market and is better equipped to establish linkages with successful companies. The association hosted representatives of the ANSA Macal group of companies from Trinidad and Tobago on Wednesday, who engaged local manufacturers on the possibilities of enhancing the quality and packaging of Dominican products.
The Ministry of Commerce, we continue to support. We are there to support. And I need to take the opportunity to encourage all of you manufacturers to take advantage of the opportunities available. One such opportunity I know is the one-stop shop that we partnered to ensure is in place at the market. And to get your products there, I know the encouragement is ongoing to have you place your products on site. It is in a location that is close to the bayfront, so I dare say when tourists come, they would be able to see the various products that we have.
The association's objective is to represent the interests of Dominica's manufacturers by creating opportunities for the enhancement, sales and marketing of local products and at the same time encouraging high quality, cost-effective and consistent supplies of these products. Representatives of the Cuban and Haitian communities affected by Hurricane Matthew have received funds raised through a radiothon to assist those countries. The radiothon by the Dominica Business Forum was meant to assist people in these countries impacted by the October 22nd hurricane. On Wednesday, members of the Portsmouth Rotary Club, Stuart Paris, received $4,288 on behalf of the Haitian community. Cuban ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Juan Carlos Frometa de la Rosa, received $2,500 on behalf of the Cuban community. Both representatives assured the public that the funds would be delivered directly to the affected communities. Haiti received 60% of the funds collected and Cuba 40%. And the Buy Dominica Super Center, located at the Rosa Market, celebrated its first anniversary on 1st December. President of the Dominica Manufacturers Association, Severin Mackenzie, is of the view that throughout the year of its existence, it created an opportunity for local producers to sell their products away from competition or other imported products at the other supermarkets.
We in the Manufacturers Association at the Buy Dominica Super Center are limited to only selling Dominican products made in Dominica. And for that, we are not too satisfied with the sales, but we are encouraged with the level of interest that it has generated from the general public. In fact, during the independence celebrations, it became a feature.
Mackenzie says though there are requests from foreign buyers, the association has its limitations.
And we are, in fact, trying to impress on the manufacturers to produce products that meet the necessary standards and that are export ready. I think our main limitation is the fact that many of our small manufacturers are not producing in volume. So we are right now looking at the possibility of export consolidated containers. So which means we could be able to put products from the various manufacturers in one container for the export. But at the same time, these products have to meet the minimum standards. So this is our challenge right now, and we're trying to impress on the manufacturers too.
That's news. Kenny Williams is next with your sports highlights.
First up in sports, there are a number of matches coming up in the Premier and First Division of the National Leagues of the Dominica Football Association, including a featured game between the top-ranked teams on Sunday. In the Division 1 on Friday, Andy Williams Spartans will come up against Police Sports Club at Newtown from 6 p.m. On Saturday, it will be a clash of the Point Michel and Trafalgar Football Clubs at Newtown at 4. And on Sunday, Benjamin's Park will be the grounds for the MV Maxon Bombers versus Mao Soka Strikers game. That match is carded for 4. Meantime, in Premier Division games, it will be a clash of the newly promoted teams when Petro Caribbean Point Michel comes up against Wacky Rollers at the Dubna playing field on Friday at 6. The action spills over into Saturday when Northern Concrete and Steel Bombers moves to the south to take on RIC Kensborough at Granby from 3. Also on Saturday, there will be a face-off between the Sagicor Southeast and Milham United teams at Dubla from 4. In the featured match of the top-ranked teams on Sunday, Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla Football Club and Exodus will be looking to break the tie and add 3 more points to their tally at Dubla as the race to the top continues. That match is carded for 4 p.m. And finally at Geneva, Caribbean Cool Harlem United will come up against Bath Estate FC at 4. On to cricket, where Virat Kohli has moved from being in 15th place to the top 3 spot on the ICC rankings for batsmen as of Wednesday. Kohli Macaulay began the 5-match series at the 15th spot before making giant strides to walk into the top 3 by scoring 405 runs in the first 3 tests against England. Steve Smith continues to hold the top spot while Joe Root is in second. The India Test captain now has 833 points, just 14 shy of Root's ranking. The 28-year-old has never topped the Test rankings in his career and will be looking to attain that feat. He is currently number 1 in the 2020 international chart and second in one-day international. Moving on to boxing, where 6 athletes will get a chance to put Dominica on the map when they take part in the Caribbean Development Boxing Tournament starting on Monday. Local boxer Charles Leatham says he's pumped up and ready for the challenge.
The feeling feels better every time it comes closer because preparation is the key in that point up to now. My Sundays, I usually do a Copter to Mirror challenge. That's 12 miles. I feel good in terms of my energy level. I even sleep less and get up even quicker than before. So I know that I'm ready and still getting ready. So any extra ready I can get ready, even good for me.
Nathaniel Joseph is another boxer going to the competition who says despite having to balance school with boxing, he is confident that he will produce good results.
It's a little nervousness because that is my second fight and is overseas I go in, and you know I busy with school, so the training I just have to try and make time to train. So I'm a little nervous, but at the same time I confident enough to know that I can go, and it's not luck. By luck we go in is because coach see our potential and he decide for us to go and display what Dominica can do. What'll give me that edge is the extra training. And training because coach always tell us a man can have how much strength, and if he do train properly or have the proper training, he can be stronger than you, but when he burn out, you can do that man anything.
Meantime, at the handing over of gears to the boxers, Dominica Boxing Association Treasurer Philip White says the donation was timely.
With proper equipment already, it's a mindset, you know, that psychologically the boxers feel that they have moved to a next level, you know, and that should really help them to remain focused on what they're about to do. They are going out there as ambassadors for Dominica, and we always like to see that our athletes, when they travel, they are properly uniformed. So that they give a very good account of themselves and representation of the country.
15 countries will be participating in the competition. The 20-boot donation was made compliments the Dominica Olympic Committee. And in domino, there will be island-wide domino action this weekend as the White Oak Domino League slams down on Sunday. 20 teams are a part of the competition.
In Zone A, we have Rockers versus Heats. We have Congo Research on Marigold coming against Public Enemies. We also have One Case from Dodan coming against Task Force. Fire Services coming against Tremors, and ACS Boys from Tashbill coming against PD7, who are making the debut for the first time. In Zone B, we have Wake Up Stars coming against Valiants, Dolphins coming against non-players, Stars from Anzibel coming against La Plaine, and Monzano coming against Layo.
He says this league gives local domino players a chance to win various prizes.
This year, we're not having a regional competition. As you know, this competition have been put aside, so now the White Oak and Fine Foods have decided that to have a competition in the island, and so to make sure that the guys that play dominoes get opportunity and so on to win cash prizes. As you know, that the first prize will be getting $3,000 in terms of that. The second prize will be getting $1,000. The third prize will be getting $500, and plus trophies and also drinks compliments White Oak. So it's everything to play for in that competition.
The competition will run until April 2017. That's all the sporting highlights for now. I am Kenny Williams. We'll see you in the next one.
Your weather forecast is next.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am Janet Macpherson, and I'll be your presenter this evening. We begin by taking a look at today's infrared satellite imagery, which showed some mixed cloud across the central portion of the region today. Visible satellite imagery showed cloudy skies across Dominica today. Radar imagery indicated shower activity across the central portion of the island chain. The weather for tonight, partly cloudy, too cloudy, with scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. These conditions are expected to persist into tomorrow. Temperatures are expected to peak near 30 degrees Celsius. Seas tomorrow are expected to be moderate, with waves peaking up to 7 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise caution. Looking ahead for the next 3 days, tomorrow, weak unstable conditions will continue to be the dominant feature, resulting in partly cloudy, too cloudy skies, scattered showers, and possible isolated thunderstorms. Soils are already saturated. Therefore, persons in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks are advised to continue to exercise caution. A slight improvement in conditions are expected by Saturday and Sunday, as fair to partly cloudy skies with a few brief scattered showers are expected. Across the Caribbean tomorrow, weak unstable conditions will continue to produce partly cloudy to cloudy skies, scattered showers, and possible isolated thunderstorms across the central to northern portion of the region. On the international cities forecast, clear skies expected in New York and Beijing, partly cloudy conditions in Caracas, fog expected in London, and thunderstorm activity in Miami. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:17 a.m. and sunset at 5:33 p.m. For up-to-date weather information, please visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for viewing and have a good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. Dominica and Ecuador sign new visa waiver agreement. The end of the Atlantic hurricane season comes with a warning to remain vigilant. And Kalinago bus drivers threaten to take action if their concerns over the relocation of their bus stop are not addressed. Feel free to contact us at news@MarpinNews1stDec2k16. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to our viewers around the world, thank you for watching. Join us next time.